Yeah. Money, bro. Fast cash turn to ash in your palm real quick. The block don't love you back when you slip. Fast cash turn to ash in your palm real quick. The block don't love you back when you slip. I seen brothers elevated then fell from grace. Pockets heavy 1 week, next week no trace. Chasing paper like it's oxygen to breathe. But the hunger in your chest just feed the greed. Corner prophets told me slow down, calculate. But temptation got a voice that articulate. Every dollar came attached to someone's pain. Every win you celebrate got blood in the grain. They don't tell you about the tax when you climb. How the game extract your soul 1 dime at a time. Fast cash turn to ash in your palm real quick. The block don't love you back when you slip. Fast cash turn to ash in your palm real quick. The block don't love you back when you slip. Timberland boots on the pavement. Cold march, watching empires crumble. Built on starch, cut product, cut corners. Cut your own throat. Everybody want the float, but can't stay afloat. I stood still while they ran toward the flame. Now I'm here to speak the names, document the shame. The illusion that you're free, cause you got weight. But you just a puppet dancing for the state. This the truth, they on package for the youth. Raw, unfiltered, no disguise, just proof, just proof. Fast cash turn to ash in your palm real quick. The block don't love you back when you slip. Fast cash turn to ash in your palm real quick. The block don't love you back when you slip.
Check, check it. Stored it bottle. Heavy piano. Deep sharp and the slope is wet. What you hold today belongs to the wind. Fortune is a barcode on a cold night. Keep your eyes open to lose your sight. Watch the vultures circle the housing project. They wait for the weight of the heavy chain. Success is a season that ends in frost. I seen the highest flyer hit the dirt. One day you eat the fruit of the tree. Next day you bury the root in the mud. The trap is set by the hand of greed. I trade my hunger for a quiet mind. Babylon builds walls with our own bones. The master of the block is now a ghost. He forgot the tax of the pavement. He ignored the laws written in the brick. Elevation requires a heavy soul, but the body remains tied to the gutter. The cycle spins like a worn out record. I keep my head above the rising tide. The peak sharp and the slope is wet. What you hold today belongs to the wind. Fortune is a barcode on a cold night. Keep your eyes open to lose your sight. History repeats in the same cracked glass. The pattern is coded in the rusted gates. They swept the crown for a number shirt. Fast money turns into slow time. I build my fortress in the mind first. The street is a teacher with a heavy hand. Wisdom is knowing when to vanish. I see the strings on the puppet king. He thinks he rules the whole empire, but the banker holds the leash tight. The system feeds on the young and brave. Don't let your legacy end in the grave. I study the math of the ancient stars while dodging the wolves in the dark cars. Truth is the only currency that lasts. The rest is just dust in the past. Fall from piano melody fade. I heard the rise and the fall. See you later. See you later. Yeah.
They wanted the story, but they never want the scars. Champagne celebration with the blood still on the bars. I traded family dinners for a seat at bigger tables. Now my brother look at me like I'm the villain in the fables. Sign my name in ink, they say it's permanent as death. Every verse I write could be the last one that I got left. The wolves that used to hunt me, now they wanna shake my hand. But I can see the hunger in them, I still understand. Used to pray for recognition, now I'm praying for some peace. Counting enemies like blessings, somehow they increase. My mama asked me, was it worth it when I'm laying in the ground? I told her I don't know yet, but I'm wearing this a crown.
They don't know what it cost me. They don't see what I lost me. Climbing up to the top, see. Saying, glory, this is costly. They don't know what it cost me. They don't see what I lost me. Climbing up to the top, see. Saying, glory, this is costly.
Remember when we said we split it even if we made it? Now I'm eating off the plate that used to have your name engraved in. People love you when you struggle and hate you when you rise. Same was at my shoulders plotting on my quick demise. The pressure make you paranoid, I'm sleeping with one eye. Waiting for the article to say I finally died. This throne got blood embedded in the fabric in the wood. The king before me went insane, I probably knew I would. Industry will smile and stab you in the same transaction. Legacy the only thing that give my pain some traction. So I keep writing eulogies disguised as victory, wondering if my soul will understand or just resent me.
They don't know what it cost me. They don't see what I lost me. Climbing up to the top seat. Saying, glory, this is costly. They don't know what it cost me. They don't see what I lost me. Climbing up to the top seat. Saying, glory, this is costly.
I wear the burden like a chain around my collarbone. Built the castle out of guilt and now I call it home.
Watch the crown weigh heavy on my tired brow. Silver coins brought the seed at this lonely feast. Climb the mountain, but the peak is bitter cold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these riches.
The preacher spoke about the gate being narrow. I chose the wide path with a heavy burden. Diamonds on my neck, feel like a hanging rope. Traded my quiet peace for a spot in the frame. I remember when we shared a single tin plate. Now I eat luxury, while they rot sales. The price of a name is a lifelong debt. I signed a contract with blood on the page.
Look at the watch, but I cannot find time. Success is a prison, a very expensive bar. Watch the crown weigh heavy on my tired brow. Silver coins brought the seed at this lonely feast. Climb the mountain, but the peak is bitter cold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these riches.
My younger nephew wants to walk in these boots. He sees the soft leather but ignores the dirt. I keep the iron tucked under a silk pillow. The paranoia grows like a tree in the graveyard. Sold my inner truth for a moment of fame. The creator knows the weight of this heavy sin. The clapping stops when the sun goes down. Just a tired man sitting in a quiet palace.
They love the image, but they hate the man. Winning the world while I lose my own soul. It is not what they promised in the beginning. The bright things do not stop the heartbreak. The cost is always higher than the price tag. You have to protect your spirit at all costs.
Tuesday morning, corner store, open late. Marcus took the registered cash, didn't hesitate. Owner's nephew saw the whole thing from across the way. Now everybody's phone is ringing for the end of day. By noon the block is talking, versions getting strange. Some say it was a gun involved, some say it was change. The owners putting word out, asking who can help. Meanwhile Mark is buying sneakers, thinking he's stealth. And this is how it starts, you know. One move becomes 100 more. The aunties on the stoop can see how fast the spark can spread through these streets. Thursday comes and Marcus' little brothers get impressed. Cats from the next block asking questions, putting him to test. He don't know nothing, but they don't believe the kid. Now he's walking different routes home, staying where he's hid. The owner shutting down the store, says he's had enough. Whole neighborhood depended on that spot when times were rough. Late night milk runs, corner store economy. Now the nearest spot is 12 blocks, nobody moves free. By Sunday, Marcus hearing that his brother took a beating. Community meeting at the church, everybody's heated. He wants to give the money back, but now it's way too late. The damage spread too far and wide to ever compensate. One action like a stone dropped in still water, ripples touching every son and daughter. What's done is done, the wave keeps going out. Sometimes you never see what it's about. Steam rises from the iron grate, dispersing like a long-held breath against the red brick face. I am watching the clock, not for the time, but to see how the gears slip. A young man occupies the milk crate, tucking a small glass vial into the frayed seam of his jacket. He looks up toward my window, seeing only his own gray reflection, distorted by the grit on the pane. The sun is a pale disk, caught between two water towers, losing heat to the wind. I remember when the hydrant blasted a hole through the summer. The same water now pools in the deep cracks of the sidewalk, reflecting the white laundry hanging still above the narrow alleyway. It is a slow motion study in how the environment adapts to the weight of its own history. The trumpet is playing next door, fighting against the radiator's sharp hiss. It is a difficult conversation between the brass and the heavy iron. One wants to fly toward the sky, the other just wants to stay grounded. The mailman avoids the blue box, no one is writing letters anymore, at least not the kind that require postage. The siren wailing in the distance, is just another instrument tuning itself to the frequency of the block. I lean back into the chair and let the room go dark.
I dissect competition with the grip of steel. Fortress mentality, guard everything real. Verbal ammunition stacked in every chamber loaded. No trespasser survive when the cipher gets corroded. Mind sharp like the edge that splits the pavement cold. Every syllable a brick built to protect the phone. Territory marked with the blood of fallen frauds. Discipline inherited from the ancient martial guards. I observe the clock crumble while my pen stays clean. Mental elevation towers over everything they fiend. This is war doctrine taught through the rusted iron gate. No surrender, no retreat. I eliminate the fake.
Percussive language cutting through the factory air. My stance unbreakable, rooted where the cowards dare. The turf breeze heavy underneath the timberland soul. These bars constructed monuments to dominance and control. Kinetic energy manifest in every breath expel. The weak get dismantled, their credentials get expelled. I treat this microphone like a blade of my ancestor. Protect the radius with wisdom that the masses never capture. Stoic in the wreckage where broken boulevard bends. Authority established, no apologies, no amends. Strike first, calculate the angles of attack precise. This is martial salus executed without thinking twice.
Guard the line, hold the ground. Guard the line, hold the ground. Guard the line, hold the ground. Guard the line, hold the ground.
The drums pound like the march of soldiers through the alley. No commercial compromise, I represent the valley. Where survival is a theorem, sold the raw ability. Each verse another trench dug deep for my stability. I watch pretenders crumble when the pressure gets applied. They foundation built on sand, my mind is fortified. The element of truth runs heavy through my vocal cord. The territory set, then every lyric is a sword. Superior position in the high ground. Always mind the fraudulent exposed beneath the weight of every line. This chronicle of triumph carved in stone for all to witness. My adversary vanished, lacking substance, lacking fitness. Self-knowledge is the currency that never fades. The mind is the crown, the heart is the goal.
Listen to the giants with the silver head. Truth engraved in the brick in the spirit.
Self-knowledge is the currency that never fades. The mind is the crown, the heart is the goal. Polished stones in the palm of a convict. He preached the scripture and the natural law. The asphalt is a furnace for the unlearned. My sneakers are torn, but my vision is sharp. The school bell sounds like a prison siren. I learned more from the man on the corner. He spoke in parables about the iron bars and the chains they place on your mental state. Babylon wants the youth in a constant panic. He told me the system is a heartless beast, waiting to swallow the ones who lack direction. Keep your head in the books of the ancients. Avoid the traps set by the men in suits. The sidewalk is a chessboard for the wise. Every move you make is a seed you plant. Harvest the wisdom of those who came before. Don't be a puppet in the theater of ghosts.
Listen to the giants with the silver hand. Truth engraved in the brick in the spirit. Self-knowledge is the currency that never fades. The mind is the crown, the heart is the law. Listen to the giants with the silver hand. Truth engraved in the brick in the spirit. Self-knowledge is the currency that never fades. The mind is the crown, the heart.
Distracted by the shiny trinkets of the merchant, I look the elders and see the blueprint. A legacy of survival in a hostile climate. Each scar is a verse in a holy book. I digest the salt and the bitter herb, transforming the struggle into a rhythmic force. The third eye is open, watching the cycle. The ancestors breathe through the cracks of the floor. History repeats in the spin of the record. I break the loop with the words of the fallen. The city is a classroom without any walls. The wind carries the voices of the forgotten kings. I stand on the shoulders of the broken men who refused to bow to the idols of stone. They handed me a torch in the darkest hour. I carry the flame through the valley of the lost. My rhymes are the armor for the coming struggle. The spirit is heavy with the weight of truth.
Here underneath the Solian lights, we talk in circles, trying to get it right. Passing salt shakers like scriptures between us. Fluorescent bulbs hum above the vinyl. Your eyes don't judge what I confess, just nod when the weight gets mentioned. We've been moving through this borough since sunset. Park the whip outside, engine still ticking. The waitress knows we'll sit here till the shift change. Refills arrive without asking anymore. Steam rises from ceramic like our breath did earlier. You understand the hustle without me explaining it. How the block transforms when the moon takes over. How survival looks different under dim lighting. We ain't talking loud, no performance here. Just two old souls who've seen the cyclical nature. Simultaneous flu, and when my words run thin, authenticity sitting across from me finally. We find peace in the quiet. Who sees hope but the streets? Can't no pretense, just presence. The night that understands us. Jukebox playing that forgotten Isley Brothers cut. You slide the last cigarette across laminate. I'm describing how the system got my people circling. You finish my sentence with your own experience. Different hood, same oppression, same strategies. We laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's temporary refuge, smells like grace of revelation. Outside the glass patrol cars cruise past oblivious. I mention mortality, you don't flinch away. Just say you've been contemplating legacy too. What gets left behind when we exit this realm? The booth becomes a temple without its shrine. Philosophy mixed with street reports, no contradiction. Your grandmother told you similar warnings mine did. About Babylon's tricks by keeping your third eye focused. We're ancient and unknowing, just young in our faces. We find peace in the quiet. Who sees home but the streets? Can't no pretense, just presence. The night understands us. Dawn approaching, but we're not rushing.
Night is heavy, air thick with lead. Watch the crown sitting on your head. One move, you sleep with the pavement. Cold still kissing everyone you meet. The heavy price of the game. Nowhere left for you to run. Backseated in matte black 600. Smell of expensive leather and fresh sin. My crown stays heavy, dipped in ice. Paying taxes but never the full price. Wiper slashing hard against the freezing rain. Frozen hard, I don't feel the weight. Checking paper ledgers, the numbers shifted. You dug a hole you cannot escape. Silk scarf wrapped tight around my neck. Armor made of gold and street red. I heard the talk at the warehouse. The boss never sleeps when money moves. Keep your eyes on the rear view mirror. Death rides a bike in the zip code. Teflon vest under the mink coat. Ready for the war you started tonight. Night is heavy, air thick with lead. Watch the crown sitting on your head. One move, you sleep with the pavement. Cold still kissing everyone you meet. The heavy price of the game. Nowhere left for you to run. Parked under the bridge, water is rising. Your upper lip is shaking with sweat. I kept your belly full for years. Kept the wall from your front door. Now you sell secrets for thin stacks. Handing my life to the highest bidder. Chrome pressed to your temple, feel heat. Loyalty is worth more than silver coins. I see the fear in your eyes. The same eyes that watch my back. No more talking, the night is finished. Blood on the silk course to business. Drop the body where the tide comes. Wash away the stain of your ghost. I'm the queen of this burning kingdom, and I never lose my grit. Night is heavy, air thick with lead. Watch the crown sitting on your head. One move, you sleep with the pavement. Cold still kissing everyone you meet. The heavy price of the game. Nowhere left for you to run. I'm gonna test the regiment. We got the whole perimeter on lock. From the avenue to rooftops. What's up? I was raised with a bodega, know your government name. Where we measure respect and the scars you claim. 16 on the corner with the work and the wisdom. Every block got a lesson if you listen to the system. My people built cathedrals out of nothing but pride. Marble steps clean daily like we worshiping outside. The old heads told me keep your circle airtight. Cause when the pressure come, they vanish in the night. We don't speak the badges, we don't fold under lights. I watch my mans take a bid and never testify right. That's the doctrine written in the pavement, it cracks. Every generation learn the code and give it back. This is where we from, every curve got a name. Blood in the mortar, we eternal in the frame. You can feel the weight when you step on sacred ground. We hold it down, we hold it down. They tried to gentrify the soul right out the district, but we still here like graffiti on the bricks. Cryptic messages from warriors who walk before me. Every corner store, a library of street stories. I ain't got a lie to make my legacy sound vicious. The truth more sharp than any fiction they could pictures. We survived the purge when the fiends flooded the strip. Now we own the buildings where we used to just sit. Calculate the rent, renegotiate the lease. Transform the trap spot to let chill in they peace. My nephew won't have to duck when helicopters sweep. That's the promise that I'm pining for, no sleep. This is where we from, every curve got a name. Blood in the mortar, we eternal in the frame. You can feel the weight when you step on sacred ground. We hold it down, we hold it down. I rep the borough with my last breath, no question. Every syllable a testament to lessons. From the benches where the OGs taught the method, to the ciphers where we sharpen every weapon. Lyrical ammunition in the chamber fully loaded. Your whole style weak, manufactured and corroded. We the architects, you just renting out the space. You can't replicate the hunger in my face. This the anthology written in the asphalt. Every plot hold a chapter of assault on our dignity, but we remain intact. Now we standing on the summit, never looking back. We hold it down, we're on the ground, let the block to block. We hold it down. This is ours, can't take what we got.
Check the mic. The ink is now.
The stove's cold, but the pot is full.
Listen, proof. This is the soul on the record. Unfiltered power in every breath. The pen is the king of the street. The voice is the armor we wear. True roof. This is the soul on the record. Unfiltered power in every breath. The pen is the king of the street. The voice is the armor we wear. Yeah.
I am leaning back in the leather chair, Italian wool rubbing against my neck. The fountain pen is a silver weapon. They carve my name into the history books. No one speaks the dialect of the street, only the ones who survived the winter. I see the world through a cracked window. The jazz loop sounds like a funeral march. I count these words like they are diamonds, heavy on my tongue, sharp as a razor. We don't need muscles when the mind is sharp. The ink stains my fingers like black blood. I am the architect of this crime family, building empires on a single page. Past the red wine and the roasted lamb, the feast is ready for the gods of the craft.
The mic, this is the soul on the record. Unfiltered power in every breath. The pen is the king of the street. The voice is the armor we wear. The true match. This is the soul on the record. Unfiltered power in every breath. The pen is the king of the street. The voice is the armor we wear. Yeah.
I remember the days of empty plates. Now the silk sheets feel like victory. The rhymes are the bricks in the wall. I stack them high until they touch heaven. No one could break the code I wrote. It is a secret language for the initiated. You hear the grit in the dusty vinyl. That is the sound of a heart still beating. I am the sommelier of the violent verse, picking the best vintage of the struggle. Do not look for me in the bright spots. I'm in the corner with the heavy notebook. My thoughts move like a chess grandmaster, 3 steps ahead of the law and the fakes. This is the art of the perfect kill, executed with a quill in a steady hand.
Let your wrist close. Silence.
Respect the craft. It's bigger than the money. He's the street scholars.
Yeah. That's what it do to you. Nobody watching. I've been sipping just to feel something. Anything but this weight I carry. Used to think the block was all I needed. Now the block just watched me disappear slowly. My reflection don't look right no more. Eyes distant like I'm somewhere else. The powder on the scale remind me what I put inside my body daily. Mama called, I let it ring. Can't let her hear what's in my voice now. Chemicals eating at my bones. I just borrow tomorrow's peace. I'm dissolving from the inside, trading pieces of myself for numbness, for numbness. Chemicals eating at my bones. I just borrow tomorrow's peace. The hustle never stopped, but I'm stopping. My hands shake when I count the paper. Same substance that I'm pushing got me leaning on the corner fading. Friends notice but they don't say nothing. We all medicating different demons. I'm chasing sleep but it won't come unless I pour something in my cup first. My heart beating irregular. Doctor can't know what I've been doing myself.
Pride keeping me from asking for help. Chemicals eating at my bones. Every I just borrow tomorrow's peace. I'm dissolving from the inside, trading pieces of myself for numbness. Pieces of myself. Chemicals eating at my bones. Every I just borrow tomorrow's peace. The trap took more than time. It took parts of me I can't get back. Can't get back. Yeah. One foot in the foyer, one hand on the wheel. Some break the cycle, some remain to lead. Keep rising, keep rising. Spotted the van near the hydrant. Boxes stacked high like seasonal surplus. You traded the sirens for silence. Practical movements from the local sector, a vivid facet of the struggle. Escaping the gravity of the projects. We grip palms near the staircase. Mutual respect in the humid air. The Cadillac engine purrs softly, heading north toward the quiet lawns. My lieutenant found a better life, leaving the infantry for the civilian. I watch the taillights fade out, a lonely king on a brick throne. One foot in the foyer, one hand on the wheel. Some break the cycle, some remain to lead. Keep rising, keep rising. The block feels thinner tonight. One less soldier at the gathering. I maintain the tactical advantage here, managing the risk and the rewards. The infrastructure's still crumbling, but the ledger shows heavy profit. A love letter written in lead to the brothers who survived the gauntlet. I see your face in the bricks, a permanent ghost in the architecture. Balance the hope with the payroll. Survival is the only valid currency. Watch the sunrise hit the water, knowing you finally reached the shore. Stay safe in the quiet. I'll keep the flame burning. East to the ones who made it. East side legacy, never forgotten. From the bottom back up, every mark tells the truth. I earned every bruise on this journey, weathered the storms while most turned and fled. Broke bread with the wolves, learned the language. Pressure builds diamonds, what the old head said. My scars map the battles I survived through, each one a lesson I can't forget. Built my foundation from broken pieces. No handouts, just hunger and sweat. They try to bury me, but I grew roots deeper than they ever imagined. Rose from the wreckage with wisdom. Every move proof I'm not average.
Battle tested.
Every setback made me sharper.
Battle tested.
Turn my pain to armor. I watched brothers crumble when the weight got heavy, while I stood firm, spine made of iron. Adapted to the broom when the heat was a plan. 20 seat clear when the vision was dying. Shunny form while the Dowden was school. Let the heat elevate in opposition. Let your plus with your stores in the struggle. At your buzzins, the queen was paid the checks, and I resurrect reading the dime and stack the slices. Gon' throw butts from a path I command. Numb myself back while I was dorking. At his pudding, I proper. Test me.
Yes, I've been living without dues. Love let me have double magic. Close on the waiting for wisdom. Every day plus I'm not average.
I don't trust it.
Every step back made me sharper.
I don't trust it.
But turn my in
If everybody show the same, smells once it rises, and it break later.
The scale is tilted, the lead is heavier. The scale is tilted, the lead is heavier. Blue lights flickering against the black brick. Senators trading our lives for a seat. The gavel drops like a guillotine blade.
Tactical units breathing through Kevlar masks. They treat the district like a foreign front. Cold steel barrels pressed against the damp mortar, while the precinct general maps the infiltration. No justice found in the ink of a warrant, just a mechanical process of mass removal. We observe the watchers from the high floors, calculating the frequency of their metal sirens. Every legislative move is a surgical strike, cutting the artery of the neighborhood soul. They plant evidence like seeds in the dirt, expecting the harvest of mandatory sentences. The code of silence is a survival tactic, while the district attorney polishes his career on the broken backs of the project dwellers.
Systematic pressure, harbor pressure, clinical rupture.
The system is a furnace, we are the fuel.
Tactical leverage, historical severance.
One law for the marble, one for the asphalt. Scale is tilted,
The lead is heavy.
commissioner sipping vintage liquids in the high rise, while the fire hydrants bleed in the heat. He signs the budget for more hollow points, but the library ceiling is collapsing in the rain. Political architecture designed to trap the spirit. A geometric prison built of zoning laws. They talk about progress in the daily paper, while the tactical squad shatters the front door. Judicial hammers falling with precise cruelty, targeting geography of disenfranchised. Currency flows through the precinct basement, paid for by the misery of the block. You cannot legislate the human condition while you profit from the fracture of the family. The revolution is silent, brewing in the gut. Systematic pressure. Systematic pressure. Clinical rupture. The system is a furnace, we are the fuel. Tactical leverage. Historical severance. One law for the marble, one for the asphalt. Scale is tilted, the lead is heavy. The weight of the badge is a heavy burden, heavy enough to crush a man's conscience. Watch the horizon for the coming storm. The balance must be restored by the people, by the people, for the people. The ink is dry, but the blood is wet. Justice is a luxury we cannot afford. Keep watching, keep breathing. The block never sleeps, the block remembers.
Yeah. Listen close now. It's the 11th law, the one they don't teach you. Rule 11, independence, carve your own lane. Build your fortress brick by brick in the pouring rain. They offer you contracts with percentage on the back. Read the fine print twice. Most deals are built to trap. Your masters belong to you, not some boardroom suit who never walked the block or lace a single boot. I watch my people sign away the publishing rights. 30 years later, still working double shifts at night. Keep your catalog close like you keep your family fed, because ownership the difference between living and dead. Stay independent, stay independent, yeah. Don't confuse the advance with actual wealth. That's the money on loan, you mortgaging yourself. Distribution deals can work if the terms are clean, but never give away the art for some false esteem. I seen legends broken 50 hits on every station. Somebody else retired off their whole creation. Build your own imprint, even if it's small at first. Better to own a puddle than to rent the universe. The industry designed to make you feel you need their cosign, but desperation how to get you on that dotted line. Stay independent, stay independent, yeah. Stay independent, stay independent, yeah. Stay independent, stay independent, yeah. Your brand is your biz, protect it with your life. Same way you protect your children or your wife. Diversify the income, never lean on one source. Multiple revenue streams that stay at all costs. They want you dependent, so they control the narrative. But once you own yourself, the whole game comparative. I'd rather earn $1 that's entirely mine than chase 100 grand with strings attached to my spine. This ain't just about music, it's a philosophy. True power in this world spelled INDEPENDENT. Rule 11, remember it. Write it down. That's it.
Door slam, the wind howls through the alley. Decisions made, the price paid in the dark. Symphony of a street, the rhythm of laws. Stay alert, the reaper walks the pavement. Diesel fumes choke the gray morning light. Timberlands crush the salt on the damp pavement. Black plastic bags dance in the razor wire. Old men sit on crates, eyes like burnt coal. The radiator hisses through the brick wall. A heavy door slams, echo rattles the spine. The block breathes heavy, waiting for the spark. I watch the exchange from the second floor. Crumpled bills pass like dry autumn leaves. Regret tastes like metal on a cold tongue. Choices cut deep like a docerated blade. The wind carries the scent, the wet cardboard. Metal shutters rattle against the iron frame. Blood stains the snow, turning it to rust. Another body falls while the sun stays hidden. The logic of the gutter is cold, the rhythm is door slam. The wind howls through the alley. Decisions made, the price paid in the dark. Symphony of the street, the rhythm of laws. Stay alert, the reaper walks the pavement. Wise men fold their hands in the dark corners. Fools chase up the crown made of jagged glass. The math is simple, the result is cruel. Zero-sum game, played with loaded dice. I saw the rise in the rapid descent. From leather jackets to the artist jumpsuit. No warmth in the cell, just the silence. The weight of the mistake sits on the chest like a lead vest in a deep ocean. Mental mastery is the only escape route. Clean the lens before the vision gets blurry. Watch the players don't enter the game. The smell of damp wool and spent casings. History repeats in a loop of violence. The corner is an altar for the blind. Walk light, the ground is soft with sorrow. Door slam, the wind howls through the alley. Decisions made, the price paid in the dark. Symphony in the street, the rhythm of laws. Stay alert, the reaper walks the pavement.
Been a long road. Used to writing composition books, now it's different. Same pen, no same ink. I remember when we had nothing but the music. Now we got everything except our time. Look how far we came from the basement, but I still hear those drums in my sleep. My older cousin had the SP on the kitchen table, showed me how to chop samples at 13. Told me keep my verses honest, never fake it. I've been following that advice since. Used to take a bus to ciphers with beats on cassette. Rewind, play, rewind, trying to get it perfect. Now they stream it all. No tape deck required, but something about that hiss felt holy, felt real. I miss calling the homie just to play him a new loop. 2 in the morning, both of us broke, talking about when we make it, when we blow. We made it, but he ain't here to see it. Used to writing composition books, now it's different. Same pen, though same ink. I remember when we had nothing but the music. Now we got everything except the time. Look how far we came from the basement, but I still hear those drums in my sleep. I respect the new wave, I really do. They got melodies we never thought to use, but I can't let go of that boom bap feeling. Snare hits that crack like reality. Seen the game change 4 or 5 times over. Stayed myself through all of it. That's the win. Got plaques on the wall, but I still remember hunger. How it felt to want this more than breathing. More than anything. Used to dig through crates for hours looking for soul. Now they got it all online. Instant access, easy ain't always better though. Sometimes the search was the whole point. Used to writing composition books, now it's different. Same pen, no same ink. I remember when we had nothing but the music. Now we got everything except the time. Look how far we came from the basement, but I still hear those drums in my sleep. Still hear those drums. Full circle.
Check the mic. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, the royalty, the gutter. Paper plates, but we eat like emperors. Yeah. Steel thrones on the corner. Next. Heavy grass screams for the survivors. The dust is our crown. Hold it down. Paper plates, but we eat like emperors. Heavy grass screams for the survivors. Stale air tastes like vintage champagne today. Crack ground under these scuffed boots. I'm the architect of the struggle. Build the mansions out of brick and gravel. Rats run like servants in the pantry. My brothers share the wings and fries. That's the banquet of the broken pavement. No silver spoons, just rusted iron grit. Watch the steam rise from the street like incense burning for a fallen god. I don't need a castle to rule, just a crate and a blunt mind. Talk to 'em. The radiator, this is a symphony. Leaky pipes playing the background music. Keep the change, I'm already rich. In scars and neighborhood heat. Paper plates, but we eat like emperors. Yeah. Steel thrones on the corner. Heavy brass screams for the survivors. The dust is our crown. Hold it down. Paper plates, but we eat like emperors. Heavy brass screams for the survivors. The
Precinct lights look like dim stars. Paranoia keeps the senses sharp and ready. Every block is a page in my Bible, written in permanent ink and sweat. Sweating like a box in the 12th, stomping through the slush and the grime. We don't bow to the plastic suits. The blue collar hustle is the only law. Pass the bottle like a holy relic. One sip for the ones who stayed. The basement is thick with the funk. Bassline thumping through the floorboards. Smash the expectations with a hammer. Ignite the wick and let it burn. This is the feast of the resilient. Rhyme under fingernails, soul made of stone. Never fold. Paper plates, but we eat like emperors. Yeah. Steel thrones on the corner. Every brass screams for the survivors. The dust is our crown. Hold down. Paper plates, but we eat like emperors. Yeah. Every brass screams for the survivors. Grid is the code. Royal blood in the cracks. Keep it moving.
Life falls different when you know us. Blocks turn cemetery after the sun dips.
I see my man fall on the pavement last August. Same corner where we split profits the year before. Now his moms don't leave the house no more. And this killer walk around wearing his chain. That's the cycle, that's the code we inherited. Nobody came to save us, so we raised ourselves wrong. Trigger fingers got memory like elephants. Never forget a slight, never let debt go unpaid. These streets baptize you in somebody else's blood first, then ask questions about your soul later. I tried the righteous path for 3 whole months back then, but the church got a job at the warehouse. By a week for my cousin caught 2 in the spine, while I was stacking boxes earning minimum. Came back to the block with a full clip, and whatever God I was praying to went silent. Wolves don't sleep when the brace still move. Every corner got a tax, every breath got a price. Wolves don't sleep when the brace still move. No redemption in the dark, just survival of the vicious. They told me violence begins to crave. But what about the violence of being poor and forgotten? What about the violence of watching your daughter need things you can't provide unless you become the animal they fear? I know 5 dudes who tried to go legit, 3 of them back inside, 2 of them deceased. The system built the cage, then asked why we act caged. So I move through these hours like a pallbearer, carrying the weight of every choice that led here. My hands been dirty since I was 12 years aware. Ain't no soap strong enough to wash away the residue. And the cops don't come here to protect, they come to collect bodies and file reports. So we police ourselves with ruthless mathematics. Every action got an equal and opposite retaliation. I wanted out, tried to cut ties twice. Both times the streets pull me back with interest. Oh, wolves don't sleep when the brace still move. Every corner got a tax, every breath got a brace. Wolves don't sleep when the brace still move. No redemption in the dark, just survival of the vicious. When they find me face down on the asphalt, don't talk about redemption or wasted potential. Just know I played the hand I was dealt, in a game where the house always wins. The map is etched in my skull, calculated moves on the stained pavement.
We dictate the rhythm of the block, no errors allowed in this design. It's the only way out. I wake up checking the wind direction. Dust on the windowsill tells a story of neglect. My mental tally of the neighbors is complete. I step out into the hallway with purpose. The air smells of burnt wood and old spirits. I observe the trajectory of the morning commute, calculating gaps in the surveillance coverage. I am the architect of my own safety. The sidewalk is a chessboard made of gray slate. I adjust the collar of my heavy coat, manifesting the outcomes before they even occur. This is the science of the street level philosopher. Keep your eyes on the prize. Back to the wall, the frequency of the town vibrates in my bones. I am a vessel for the collective memory. The asphalt is stained with the history of many. I tread lightly but with a heavy impact. A quintessential figure in this urban landscape, mapping the future with a steady callous hand. One wrong step ends the legacy forever. The map is etched in my skull. Calculated moves on the stained pavement. We dictate the rhythm of the block, no errors allowed in this design. It's the only way out. The sun hits the peak of the housing towers. I watch the hustle from a shaded vantage point. The Nagaisperer is moving with a frantic energy. I remain calm, a stoic force in the chaos, evaluating the risks of every transaction I witness. The geometry of the block is my primary study. I see the structural flaws in the system. The sirens are a persistent melody in the air. I decode the messages hidden in the graffiti. Life here is a series of tactical retreats. I maintain the code of honor and silence. The pavement is the only witness that stays quiet. I feel the pulse of the neighborhood underfoot. Every gesture is a word in a secret language. Building a legacy out of these broken bricks. The weight of the crown is just the truth. I navigate the trap set by the invisible hand. My movement is fluid, like water through a crack. I am the guardian of the narrative here. Faith and flaw wrestling in the afternoon heat. The map is etched in my skull. Calculated moves on the stained pavement. We dictate the rhythm of the block, no errors allowed in this design. It's the only way out. Strategic, calculated. The frequency never lies. Check the geometry. Stay sharp. Always watching. Count change for the corner store. Now I'm counting stacks that my pops never saw. Everybody calling when the money came through. Same cats that left me when the rent was due. Cousins I ain't seen since I was 12 years old. Suddenly we blood when they heard I got gold. My mom's looking at me like I owe her the world. Little brother asking why I bought that girl. Pearls in a chain when he needs new shoes, but he don't see the tax man taking his dues. Friends turning strangers with their hands out wide. Say remember when you promised you provide. I remember being hungry, sleeping 3 to a bed. Now I'm supposed to feed everyone instead. They want the lifestyle, but the grind. Want the reward without the time. This what you wanted, right? This what you pray for every night. Now the weight sitting on my spine. Everybody needs a peace of mind. This what you wanted, right? This what you said would make it right. But the pressure never disappears, just multiplies throughout the years. Pop stopped broke, working 2 jobs till he dropped. Now they saying I should honor him and never stop. Giving handouts to every person that we know. Like a struggle means I gotta carry every load. Uncle Tommy drunk talking about what he would do if he had my opportunity when he was 22. But he's 50 now, asking me to pay his rent. Talking about investment when it's money spent. Neighbors knocking saying I forgot where I'm from. Cause I moved my mom somewhere the cops don't come. They want me posted on the block like nothing changed. Like success supposed to keep me in the cage. Every dollar that I make got 10 names attached. Every move I make somebody checking if I'm taxed. Can't enjoy it cause they watching how I spend. Can't relax cause the asking never ends. This what you wanted, right? This what you pray for every night. Now the weight sitting on my spine.
Everybody needs a peace of mind. This what you wanted, right? This what you said would make it right. But the pressure never disappears, just multiplies throughout the years. They don't see the nights I went without sleep, risking everything while they were counting sheep. Now I got it and they acting like it's luck, like I didn't hustle when I didn't have a buck. My name carry weight, I never asked to hold. Every young cat watching everything I'm told. If I slip they gon' say I'm just another fraud. If I win they say I must've played the cards wrong. Can't be human, can't be tired, can't be weak. Gotta be the myth they built throughout the week. Legacy's a prison that they built with my wins. Now I'm locked inside the story that begins with my struggle, but it ends with their demands. Every generation waiting with their plans for my pockets and my time and my soul. It's the price for making it up out the hole. Yeah, they told me that the money sets you free, but freedom costs more than poverty.
See this thing? It took 30 years to build. Now every kid with a cheap pistol wants a piece. Crime doesn't spark fear, it just gets heavy.
The name carries gravity, pulling vultures from the sky. Silk linings hide the vest, keeping the spirit dry. Yesterday we shared bread, today you block my fall. The plateau is lonely, standing against the wall. San Marzano sauce simmering on the back burner, slicing garlic thin with a rusted razor blade. The aroma of success smells like fresh lavender, mixed with the copper scent of a heavy debt. Cracked lobster shells littered a mahogany table. I remember eating cold cereal in the dark. Now the linen napkins catch the soul of my sweat. Old friends turn to statues when the camera clicks. They see the Cartier, not the midnight pacing. The sweet wallaby silent on the marble floor, checking the perimeter before the first bite. A king's meal tastes like ash with a traitor present, lingering with clams, white wine, and paranoia. The heavier the chain, the tighter the noose. My signature is a target on a legal pad. God forgive the hunger that turned us into noodles.
Carries gravity, pulling bolts from the sky. Silk linings hide the vest, keeping the spirit dry. Yesterday we shared bread, today you block my fall. The plateau is lonely, standing against the wall.
Blue ink on the indictment, red ink on the street. The duality of being a god and a ghost. Borsalino hats tilted to hide the weary eyes. I built the fortress out of broken promises. The inner circle shrinks until it is a dot. I miss the days when we had nothing to lose, except our lives, which seemed cheaper then. Now every handshake feels like a wiretap. Joe reacts as armor against the biting cold, but the metal is freezing against my skin. The street jurisprudence demands a heavy price. Silence is the only currency left with value. I watch the sun set over the bridge and wonder if the man I was would even know my face.
Yeah.
It's funny. Spend your whole life trying to be somebody, and you spend the rest of it trying to hide. Keep the change.
Used to be 6 of us on that corner. Now I'm counting ghosts when I drive through. Your mama still waves from the window, like you might walk up those steps again. Time don't heal nothing, just teaches you how to carry what broke you. Pour a little love for the ones who left early, left too early. I made it, but you should be here with me, should be standing right here. Everywhere feels half empty, feels so empty, 'cause you ain't here to see what we build, what we finally built. Remember when we swore we'd get out together? Pennies in a jar, plans on notebook paper. You got your name on a stone now, I got your name on my first platinum plaque. The neighborhood don't even look the same, but I still hear your voice in every alley. Pour a little out for the ones who left early, left too early. I made it, but you should be here with me, should be standing right here. Everywhere feels half empty, feels so empty, 'cause you ain't here to see what we built, what we finally built. Success tastes bitter when you feast alone. I trade it all for one more conversation. Clock is quieter now, just me and memories that won't fade. To everyone we lost before the sunrise, before we made it out, this one's yours. Your name lives every time I breathe, every single breath I carry you forward.
Lord, forgive me. It's heavy out here. Yeah. Silver cross hanging on a heavy chain. Heavy. Hard rain washing off the Cadillac. Washing. Pulpit talking about a better way. I know. Pavement calling for my soul back. Calling it. I'm just standing in the middle now, trying to keep the demons settled down. Fire. 1 foot in the water, 1 in the fire. God knows I'm a high-speed flyer. Wash the blood off the porch, clean. Grandma's still praying in the back. Amen. I'm just trying to pay the rent. Bible on the dashboard, Glock in the seat. Split. See the deacon at the liquor store, hiding bottles in a paper bag. We all got a burden on our back. Mine just happens to be made of lead. I was born where the birds don't sing, just the sirens in the metal rings. Mama said the Lord is watching us. I hope he blinked when I grabbed the dust. Silver cross hanging on a heavy chain. Hard rain washing off the Cadillac. Pulpit talking about a better way. Pavement calling for my soul back. I'm just standing in the middle now, trying to keep the demons settled down. 1 foot in the water, 1 in the fire. God knows I'm a high-speed flyer. Courtroom floor shiny and cold. Judge reading off my life in cold. 6 years if the lawyer don't show up. 10 years if the truth gets told. I'm sitting on the back pew, thinking about the things I had to do. Stained glass making colors on the floor. Stained glass making colors on the floor. But I can't see the exit door. My brother in the ground since June. I still smell the lilies in the room. Preacher said he's in a better place, but the dirt looks heavy on his face. Silver cross hanging on a heavy chain. Hard rain washing off the Cadillac. Pulpit talking about a better way. Pavement calling for my soul back. I'm just standing in the middle now, trying to keep the demons settled down. 1 foot in the water, 1 in the fire. God knows I'm a high-speed flyer. In the fire.
my name is stone. Watch it last forever. Legacy. Oh, I went from roadblocks to global stages. My face on murals, generations aging. Throne was empty, had to claim it. Built an empire, every brick I laid it. I went from nothing to immortal. Now they study every move I made. Started in the basement with a vision clear. Now the whole planet knows when I appear. Every sacrifice I made is validated. Hungry nights turn to champagne celebrations. But I remember when they wouldn't let me in. Same doors now begging for appearances. I put my team on, everybody ate. Turn my loyalty into a conglomerate. The critic status said I'd never make it out. Now they writing these papers on my sound. I touched millions without changing who I was. Stayed authentic while the culture shifted up. Private jets, but I still got the Metro card. Reminder where I'm from when the journey kicking hard. Oh, I went from roadblocks to global stages. Our face on mirrors, generations aging. The throne was empty, had to claim it. Built in it by every brick I laid it. I went from nothing to immortal. Now they study every move I made. Documented crews want my origin story. Kids in other countries wearing gear that's for me. I changed the game without asking for permission. Now the blueprint that I made is the tradition. This ain't luck, this is decades of precision. To global stages, my face on yours, generations aging. Throne was empty, had to claim it. Living by every brick I laid it. I went from nothing to immortal. Now they study every move I made. Permanent fixture. History confirmed.
Yeah. Check. Still here. Needing one to go past. Watching the world pass. Staring at the wet floor. We don't run here no more. Sign says no loitering. The reaper keep loitering. 6 feet or the bar. Life stuffed in a trunk. Yeah, used to be quarters for candy. Now it's wait for this fandy. Chewing up behind the grotto. You lumber like a girl to one of the ass ever coat. It's Cisco got a slug. Can't go on here, now that just been sure. How you sick and on the baby? Well, faster than the same, but ain't the hit. Get bitch shit like a cage. Current to the finer brains. I remember the bad cars. Wanna always to sides out of side. Roll with your side pains. Burning out of side, y'all. Needing one to go past. What's in the more bags? Staring at the wait for. We go when we want more. Oh, science sacks don't want it. And they could keep you on it. Sit your seat or the low. Well, I stepped in that show. Yeah, I sold stacks in the coat. Like up like you slow to us in the hole. Watching the streets glow in the sun and I can't check. So they really wanna laugh, got counting at 25. Cause I stayed alive, I'm on a watch the outer stars. Trying to time my outer laws. Knowing swole as a brain cow till they cross all. The same flicks, it's just the drivers do it on the mall. Yum is just the only feel when you're for the moving it ain't. Yeah, needing one to go past. Once in the more bags. Staring at the wait for. We go when we no more. Shout a chance for a morning. Look the beat running. The shit is getting on the bar. Had to stop, stay the charm. Yeah. Falling on you. Keep holding. The last stone. Stand there. Yeah. made it through. Where we at now? From Rusty Spokes to Leather Seats. Let me tell you how it happened. I remember pedaling uphill with groceries in the basket. Neighborhood kids laughing at the chain that always rattled. Handlebars wrapped in electrical tape. Back tire wobbling like my face some days. But I kept moving, kept the wheels turning forward. Sunrise, rode to work, breathing hard at every corner. Mama said patience builds character in your chest. Now I'm reclining while the engine does the rest. AC blowing, panoramic view of where I came from. Same avenues, different altitudes, same sun. Used to count quarters for the bus when the spokes bent. Now it's open road and I decide where the time went. From the struggle to the summer breeze, pedals to the pavement, now I'm riding easy. Never forget the distance my legs had to travel. Appreciation in my heart, that's the jewel, that's the gravel. Yeah. Pull up to the block where I used to walk in worn sneakers. Grandma's window, she sees me waves from the speaker. Intercom buzzing, I'm parking where we used to play. Kids asking questions about the paint, the chrome display. I tell them stories about the bicycle with one good break. How determination carried me further than most could take. They touch the hood like it's magic, maybe it is. Manifestation mixed with labor, that's the business. Sunday dinners taste different when you know the cost. Every meal missed, every detour, every moment lost becomes the season and the recipe. And now, head high, windows down, let the boulevard show me how. From the struggle to the summer breeze, pedals to the pavement, now I'm riding easy. Never forget that this is my legs had to travel. Appreciation in my heart, that's the jewel, that's the gravel. They say the destination matters, I say the journey taught me how to navigate when everything twirled costly. Those bicycle days built the engine in my spirit. Now when I'm coasting, I make sure everyone can hear it. Not the raw arrogance, but the humble gratitude for every uphill battle that changed my attitude. I park sometimes just to walk the old route. Remember breathing heavy, remember working it out. The luxury isn't the leather, it's the peace in my mind. Knowing I earned every mile, every moment of shine. So when you see me rolling, understand the foundation was built on 2 wheels and unwavering dedication. From the struggle to the summer breeze, pedals to the pavement, now I'm riding easy. Never forget the distance my legs had to travel. Appreciation in my heart, that's the jewel, that's the gravel. Keep those wheels turning. How are you moving today? Tomorrow looks different when you stay in motion. Believe that. Spoke about the gate being narrow. I chose the wide path with a heavy burden. Diamonds on my neck feel like a hanging rope. Traded my quiet peace for a spot in the frame. I remember when we shared a single tin plate. Now I eat luxury while they rockin' sales. The price of a name is a lifelong debt. I signed a contract with blood on the page. Look at the watch, but I cannot find time. Success is a prison with very expensive bars. My younger nephew wants to walk in these boots. He sees the soft lip but ignores the dirt. I keep the iron tucked under a silk pillow.
The paranoia grows like a tree in a graveyard. Sold my inner truth for a moment of fame. The creator knows the weight of this every sin. The clapping stops when the sun goes down. Just a tired man sitting in a quiet palace. They love the image, but they hate the man. Winning the world while I lose my own soul. It is not what they promised in the beginning. The bright things do not stop the hard rain. The cost is always higher than the price tag. You have to protect your spirit at all costs.
Watch your back. Yeah, you see me at the top now. Yeah, everybody want a piece. Everybody got a plan. Can't trust nobody when the money starts stacking. Homies turn to strangers when the pressure start cracking. Used to break bread, now they breaking my name. Smiling in my face, but they praying for my pain. Every conversation got a second meaning. Every handshake hiding what they scheming. Keep my circle tight, still I feel the knives coming from the left where I thought was my side. Success made me wealthy, made me paranoid too. Can't celebrate nothing when I'm watching every move. They want the throne, but they don't want the weight. Want the spoils, but they can't handle fate. Trust no one, trust no one. Can't trust nobody. Keep your eyes open wide. Trust no one, They're waiting for you to slide. Loyalty's a concept that dissolves with the greed. Everybody's loyal till they see what you need. Blood ain't thicker when the stakes get higher. Friends become snitches, allies turn to liars. I built this alone, gon' protect it alone. Every conversation getting tapped on my phone. Can't let my guard down, not even for a second. Rivals in the streets and the snakes in my section. Power got a price that I'm paying in silence. Surrounded by a crew, but I'm stuck on an alley. Can't tell what's real from the fake no more. Locked every window, reinforced every door. Trust no one, trust no one. Can't trust nobody. Keep your eyes open wide. Trust no one, They're waiting for you to slide. Paranoia's only friend I got. Suspicion keeps me breathing when the plots get hot. Look over my shoulder every step I take. Can't afford to slip, too much at stake. Trust no one, trust no one. Can't trust nobody. Keep your eyes open wide. Trust no one, They're waiting for you to slide. Watch your back. Trust no one. Can't trust nobody.
Yeah. Check the technique. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Precision with every incision I'm giving, division between competition. They missing the vision, my diction is different. I'm spitting ballistic, realistic, sadistic, uplifting the crowd when I'm loud. And I'm proud of the style that I found underground to the surface. I'm the verse with a purpose, your service is worthless. I'm serving the serpents who lurking and searching for flaws in my arsenal. Parcels of bars that are cardinal, targeting marks on the margin. I'm charging through verses, dispersing the curses, rehearsing what's worth it. The wordsmith emerging, submerging your ego. I'm lethal with needles, brain the beats never feeble or equal. Sequel to sequels, I'm regal your people. I'm towering over the cowards who cower.
Back, bring it back. Bring it back. Back, bring it back. Back, bring it back. Bring it back. Back, bring it back.
Rhyme schemes intricate, infinite, intimate syllables, criminal, typical individual, pivotal, lyrical, miracle, biblical, digital age, but I'm vintage, no gimmicks. My limit is limitless, sinister, minister, finishing rappers who lack the vernacular, spectacular, mathematical, tactical, practical damage. I'm managing, ravaging savages, trying to battle me, actually, casually shattering egos, no flattery, mastery over the mic when I strike like lightning, igniting, exciting, inviting the chaos. I stay boss, no days off, payoff is major, behaviors outrageous, contagious, flow when I go on a rampage, turn page, new age, set a stage.
Back, bring it back. Bring it back. Back, bring it back. Mike Wecker. Back, bring it back. Back, bring it back. Back, bring it back. Mike Wecker.
That's how it's done. Technical excellence. Peace.
Yeah.
They never truly leave these project gates. The spirits inhabit the red brick walls. I hear their footsteps on the metal stairs. Queensbridge keeps the records of the fallen.
I step out the lobby with a heavy heart. The atmosphere tastes like cold iron and grit. I see the ghost of a king on the corner. He wears a crown made of chain link fence. His eyes hold the weight of their entire borough. He points toward the river where the bridge starts. A reminder that we are just temporary guests, occupying space between the birth and the grave. I remember how he used to analyze the board, calculating moves before the piece is even placed. Now he's just a feeling in the hallway, a chill that catches you when the heat dies.
They never truly leave these project days. The spirits inhabit the red brick wall. I hear their footsteps on the metal stairs. Queensbridge keeps the records of the fallen.
Yo, the asphalt holds stains of 1,000 summers. Each mark is a testament to a life lived. My grandmother hears them inside the water pipes. Young men who traded their souls for a name. I walk past the mural of the fallen soldier. The pain is peeling like a scab on skin. He was the one who taught me about loyalty, back when the world felt smaller than a block. I adjust my scarf against the biting wind. It feels like a hand resting on my shoulder. A quiet encouragement from the other side. Keep walking till your own name becomes a legend.
They never truly leave these project gates. The spirits inhabit the red brick wall. I hear their footsteps on the metal stairs. Queensbridge keeps the records of the fall.
The bar remembers.
kings have memories. We stand on the shoulders of the ancestors. Rest in peace to the kings to fall first. The bridge never stays quiet. You're still here.
Yeah. Looking back now, all these years, I watched my brother take a case for me in '93. Didn't snitch when they pressed him for 2 days straight. That's loyalty, the kind that breaks your sleep. Now he gone, different reasons, but I carry that weight. We used to say we died for the block. Never thought about how living might cost more. Loyalty became a chain we couldn't unlock. Kept us feeding cycles, settling old scores. Every young boy I see got the same eyes. Hungry, angry, ready to prove they down. I was him once, thought the code was wise, till I buried 6 friends in this town.
Loyalty can build you or bury you. Same rope that pulls you up and makes it loose. I've seen both sides, what it carries through. The love that saves you, the love you lose.
My man's caught a body cause somebody disrespected me. I never asked him to, but that's the oath we took. Now his daughter growing up with a memory, while I'm out here free, writing in this book. The streets taught me never turn your back, but they never taught me when to walk away. Loyalty without wisdom is just a trap. Keeps you in the game past your final day.
Loyalty can build you or bury you. Same rope that pulls you up and makes it loose. I've seen both sides, what it carries through. The love that saves you, the love you lose. To the young ones listening, choose your bonds, care for. Not everyone deserves your life. To the young ones listening, choose your bonds, care for. Everyone deserves your life. Watch the crown weigh heavy on my tired brow. Silver coins bought the seat at this lonely feast. Climbed a mountain, but the peak is bitter cold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these riches.
The preacher spoke about the gate being narrow. I chose the wide path with a heavy burden. Diamonds on my neck feel like a hanging rope. Traded my quiet peace for a spot in the frame. I remember when we shared a single tin plate. Now I eat luxury while they rot in cells. The price of a name is a lifelong debt. I signed a contract with blood on the page. Look at the watch, but I cannot find time. Success is a prison with very expensive bars.
Watch the crown wave heavy on my tired brow. Silver coins bought the seat at this lonely feast. Climbed the mountain, but the peak is bitter cold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these riches.
My younger nephew
wants to walk in these boots. He sees the soft leather but ignores the dirt. I keep the iron tucked under a silk pillow. The paranoia grows like a tree in a graveyard. So my inner truth for a moment of fame. The creator knows the weight of this heavy sin. The clapper stops when the sun goes down. Just a tired man sitting in a quiet palace.
They love the image but they hate the man. Winning the world while I lose my own soul. Ooh, it is not what they promised in the beginning. The bright thing, do not stop, hard rain. The cost is always higher than the price tag. Yeah, you have to protect your spirit at all costs.
Final watch. Last breath of the dynasty.
I stand where the architects collapsed and crumbled to dust, holding every scripture they attempted to bury and burn. A vertebrae constructed from the bricks of their temples. These hands reconstruct what the vandals tried to dismantle. Syllables fall heavy like the marble from my columns. I guard the last repository of authentic wisdom there to rewrite the manuscript and claim it as theirs. But I preserve the original in my marrow and blood. Every verse a fortress wall against revisionist tongues. My lungs pump the air that carry the worldliest anthems. I refuse to let the flame extinguish under their wind. This technique was forged in the furnace of our struggle. I manifest the voice of every silence predecessor. My posture remains vertical when empires try to flatten. The rhythm in my chest beats the same as the first drum. They'll dismantle the statues but cannot erase my mouth.
I am the keeper of what they cannot destroy. Final guardian standing at the gate. This legacy is burning in my veins.
Surrounded but composed while the opposition masses. My radius extends across decades they try to demolish. I speak with the authority of 10,000 before me that thought culture would dissolve when the pioneers departed. But I absorb every lesson, every battle, every triumph. My tongue still carries the weight of the original language. I dismantle their attempts to commercialize a blueprint. Every bar I construct reinforces the foundation. They infiltrate with counterfeit versions of our gospel, but my delivery distinguishes the genuine article. I maintain the standard while pretenders dilute the formula. This microphone transforms into a weapon of preservation. My flow remains melodious yet militant in purpose. I operate as both the archivist and the warrior. They can't surround the compound but cannot breach these walls. I'll breathe the true doctrine till my final exhalation.
I am the keeper of what they cannot destroy. Final guardian standing at the gate. I am the keeper of what they cannot destroy. This legacy is permanent in my veins.
Still standing. Monument unbroken. The last one.
Watch the crown with heavy on my tie brown. Silver coins part the sea at this lonely feast. Climb the mountain, but the peak is bitter cold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these riches. Preacher spoke about the gate being narrow. I chose the wide path with a heavy burden.
Diamonds on my neck feel like a hanging rope. Traded my quiet peace for a spot in the frame. I remember when we shared a single tin plate. Now I eat luxury while they rot in cells. The price of a name is a lifelong debt. I signed the contract with blood on the page. Look at the watch, but I cannot find time. Success is a prison with very expensive bars.
What's the crown weight heavy on my tired brow? Silver coins brought the seat at this lonely feast. Climb the mountain, but the peak is bitter gold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these bridges.
My younger nephew wants to walk in these boots. He sees the soft leather but ignores the dirt. I keep the iron tucked under a silk pillow. The paranoia grows like a tree in a graveyard. Sold my inner truth for a moment of fame. The creator knows the weight of this heavy sin. The clapping stops when the sun goes down. Just a tired man sitting in the quiet palace. They love the image, but they hate the man. Winning the world while I lose my own soul.
It is not what they promised in the beginning. The bright things do not stop the hard rain. The cost is always higher than the price tag. You have to protect your spirit at all costs.
Watch the way.
Heavy is the head.
"20 tracks deep, the architect survives." Final transmission from the war zone. I built this fortress bar by bar, brick laid deliberate. Every line of weapon forged in the most desperate to pick me. The throne ain't inherited. I murdered every contender swift, my name etched in stone with a winner wind is merciless. Official like a death certificate signed in my own blood. 19 tracks preceded this, the flood. Now the culmination, coronation in the trenches. My enemies are buried under lyrical defenses. I move through hostile blocks like infantry advancing. No retreat, no surrender, just the pen I'm brandishing. This album is my testament, the scripture of a soldier. Each verse a battle scar that proves I'm getting older, but sharper, colder, bolder with the pressure on my shoulders. I told ya, the game freezes over when I approach ya. Paranoid but powerful, I see through every scheme. The king who built this castle in a nihilist dream. Yeah, sweet deep and still breathing. Crowd heavy, but I'm not leaving. Every word a declaration. Final proof of domination. Sweet deep and still breathing. Crowd heavy, but I'm not leaving. This the peak to elevation. Supreme without negotiation. I stack these syllables like ammunition in a chamber. One track left, but this is where I demonstrate the danger. The cipher closes, I expose the frauds known as strangers who thought they could invade the territory of a raging. Forcing H, I'm the author of this painful scripture. Each bar designed a rupture, paint a visceral picture of survival in the belly where the temper here is brutal. I'm the general, the lyrical, the only one who's truthful. They watch me from the rooftops, law enforcement and the serpents. But I every map the exits, plan for every disturbance. This album is my armor, every track a reinforcement. The war ain't over, but I'm standing at the peak endorsements. From the underground, the loyal those who held it down. While others fled the battlefield, I claim the battleground. Incarceration looming, death is always in the air. But I constructed something permanent before I disappear. 20 is still breathing. Crown heavy, but I'm not leaving. Every word a declaration. Final proof of domination. 20 is still breathing. Crown heavy, but I'm not leaving. This is the peak to elevation. Supreme without negotiation. The album almost finished. 20 tracks of proof. I remain undefeated.
Watch the crown weigh heavy on my tired brow. Silver coins bought the seat at this lonely feast. Climb the mountain, but the peak is bitter cold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these riches.
The preacher spoke about the gate being narrow. I chose the wide path with the heavy burden. Diamonds on my neck feel like a hanging rope. Traded my quiet peace for a spot in the frame. I remember when we shared a single tin plate. Now I eat luxury while they rot in cells. The price of a name is a lifelong debt. I signed a contract with blood on the page. Look at the watch, but I cannot find time. Success is a prison with very expensive bars.
Crown weigh heavy on my tired brow. Silver coins bought the seat at this lonely feast. Climb the mountain, but the peak is bitter cold. Lost my brothers just to hold on to these riches.
My younger nephew wants to walk in these boots. He sees the soft leather but ignores the dirt. I keep the iron tucked under a silk pillow. The paranoia grows like a tree in the graveyard. Sold my inner truth for a moment of fame. The creator knows the weight of this heavy sin. The clapper stops when the sun goes down. Just a tired man sitting in a quiet palace. They love the image but they hate the man. Winning the world while I lose my own soul. It is not what they promised in the beginning. The bright things do not stop the hard rain. The cost is always higher than the price tag. You have to protect your spirit at all costs.
Watch the way heavy is the head.
Yeah,
One more thing before I go.
I wrote you every night, the pen became my therapy. These pages hold the weight of what I couldn't say to your face. You were the muse, the reason I sat down. Before the deals, before the plaques on the wall. When it was just the pad and me, trying to translate heartbreak into something permanent. The best bars came from the worst nights. That's the irony, I guess. This is the last one, baby. No more verses about what we lost. I'm closing the book on us, so the next ones can write their own. I used to think creation needed pain, like I couldn't write unless I was bleeding. But you taught me different when you left. That closure is just another word for moving forward. These young ones coming up, they asking for the formula. I tell them, write until there's nothing left to mourn. Then write some more until the morning turns to morning. That's the only magic trick I know. This is the last one, baby. No more verses about what we lost. I'm closing the book on us, so the next ones can write their own. 21 tracks deep, and you still here somehow. Not the you that walked away, but the idea of you. The ghost that helped me build this monument. I'm grateful now, believe it or not, for the lessons wrapped in disappointment, for teaching me that endings make the work immortal. So here's my piece off into the silence. A quiet bow, a final period.
Anyone listening years from now, love what you do more than what it gives you. That's how you survive this.
Watch the crown weigh heavy on my tie brow. Something quill from his feet like the Islamic feast. Grind the body with the 3 nicks, split it cold. Watch the woman for the homies with the split juice. A bitch is talking about the game, did it ever? I told Savage John, said that every merit. Grinded on my nation like that NNO. Kill like dried beasts, gon' stop in the flame. I remember when the center seen the big dip. Now my heat Russian lead, I've been all the still. But playing to the game is a life all kept. I slide the dry tight when crime I revenge. Bit with the watch, but I cannot ride foul. Sensations of pain with the Venice whistle fall. Watch the crown weigh heavy on my tie brow. Something thrill from the speed like it's got me peace. I was not the king, Chris being calm. Lost a brother just along to the sentence. Another has the new for marking these brutes. Two C's a soft ladder, but it's girl is the dude. I keep the hide up like a sucker. I'm trying to do the dark like a shooter. The pain's all so I hit it yours for a moment of fame. Been created off the way, low the jack say. You back the stocks to the song, no down. It's a pie badge, have you no please do them all sweat. It's down looking darker than the kid. The field case do not stop the horn break. This yours is ours, high to the waist down. Take off the good cause it's paying our own part. The preacher spoke about the gate being narrow. I chose the wide path with a heavy burden. Diamonds on my neck, feel like a hanging rope. Traded my quiet peace for a spot in the frame. I remember when we shared a single tin plate. Now I eat luxury while they rot in cells. The price of a name is a lifelong debt. I signed a contract with blood on the page. Look at the watch, but I cannot find time. Success is a prison with very expensive bars. My younger nephew wants to walk in these boots. He sees the soft leather but ignores the dirt. I keep the iron tucked under a silk pillow. The paranoia grows like a tree in a graveyard. Sold my inner truth for a moment of fame. The creator knows the weight of this heavy sin. The clapping stops when the sun goes down. Just a tired man sitting in a quiet palace. They love the image but they hate the man. Winning the world while I lose my own soul. It is not what they promise in beginning. The good things do not stop the hard rain. The cost is always higher than the price tag. You have to protect your spirit at all costs.
Heavy is the head.